So in the previous video, we went over the file structure for our HTML document. And in this video, we are going to add a CSS framework and start to make the page actually look good and fill in the content as we go. That's how I like to do it. Some other people don't. They like to put in the content first in HTML and then style it. But to me, go as you do, because it helps you look like you can see how it looks as you're doing it, and you just keep putting it in. So what we'll do for this one is we'll make a new tab here and we'll look up Bulma. Bulma.io is the link. This is a very, very good CSS framework. I actually prefer this over Bootstrap just because it's more lightweight. It has a lot better features that I like a lot more, and it's more programmer-ish, if you say. It's not as simplified. So we got our website here, and this is actually all about to change once we add this. So come down to here, click Overview, and Start. And we're just going to grab this right here, this link rel, copy it, back over to here, and then under our CSS, paste. Now you could technically define everything in your own CSS. You do not have to use a framework. Frameworks just make it easier. It would take maybe 3 or 4 weeks to make a very large website with your own CSS, and you could probably cut this down to a week with or less with a framework, because you don't have to worry about, you know, making your own grid system, making your own heroes, making your own editing Flexbox. It's all done for you. So in the header here, now that Bulma is in, Bulma doesn't come with any JavaScript either. You have to write everything yourself, and that just keeps the package size down. You know, it's faster to load than Bootstrap. That's another reason. Header up here, we'll come to class equals container hero, and then back over to here. It's now a hero. That's how Bulma works. So all you have to do is, if you ever want a class, is come over here, this nice little menu over here. Let's go to like layout, you know, container, level, media object, hero. That's what we're looking at. Okay. Screw it up there. And then we're going to add another div here for the hero body. Grab this stuff up. And we're actually going to change this real fast. Class title. Serving, I don't know, Denver since 1895. Come back over to our website here. It's a nice hero, okay? There's different sizes you can change it to. If you want different colors, it's all up to you, basically. We're going to change it to a light color, and we'll probably make it a large hero. There we go. And then the nav here, what we'll do is we'll come back up here, go to elements, or no, components, there we go. Go to Nav Bar. What I like to do is basically copy this right here, because it has everything you need to get started. We'll remove some of it because I particularly don't like the brand as much, and we won't need to sign up our login, so we'll end up removing some of it. But we'll replace our nav here, put that nav in, fix the styling a little bit. I don't particularly like a lot of spacing between my thing. It makes it hard to read for me, but that's just me. We'll remove the nav bar end because we will not be using that. And then keep the burger. We'll name this to by the way, I did that by hitting Control-Shift-L. We'll name that to our Navbar. Homeworks in the A class over here, but herf. Hashtag. Obviously, we won't need documentation, so we'll go with services. Won't need the drop down, so we'll remove that. And then we'll add another link. Contact. Oh, nope. See, this plays into our last video where we made our outline here, because we already know where we're going to put everything. What am I doing? Wow. We're giving these IDs, which is the way the HTML document keeps track of where things are on pages. And when we click this link, it'll take us directly to the part of the page. We'll come up here and we will remove the brand just because we don't need that particularly. It'll make it look a little weird, but we'll fix that in a second. So here's where our links are, just right over here. No. Wait a second here. Okay, so this is our nav bar. It is in our hero. We'll put an image back here, but it won't be affected by the nav bar. And just to show a little differentiation, we will add another class to this nav bar. How about is primary? Might have to put it. Yep, that's one. Said you run into problems every now and again in web development. That's just how it works, bugs or whatever. In this case, I just am not remembering how to change the color to it. Has background. Okay, has background black. There we go. So what I'm thinking now is that we need an image for the back of this. Some dogs or something like that. So I like to use the service Pixabay. Because it has a lot of free stock images that you can use. Like, we'll look up dogs. We can go with or you know what, we'll try This one works well. We'll pick this size right here, although we will change this in our optimization video to a WebP file, but this one works as of right now. We'll copy this. We'll put it in our website somewhere. They don't require it, but it's nice if someone looks up the code to see that. Or actually, we'll put it in our footer down here. I mean, they did do the work, so it's nice to attribute them. We'll put it in our footer down here. Again, not required, just a nice thing to do. And then come up to the header right here. We'll give it an ID. Come over to here, go to index.css, hashtag header. Now the reason we are giving this, actually we'll put it in main header. The reason we are giving this an ID and not just putting header, if we just put header, it would be header across every page. And say in the services one we want a different picture, we'd have to give it a different ID or change it. Anyway, it would just, it's just easier. Background. And in our files here, let's make a new, not in CSS, that's wrong. A new folder, img, come over here, grab this, drag it over to there, drop it in. We will rename it to dog bg, dog background. Background image, URL, since CSS, since it's coming from our file, we do have to put it in a URL because CSS doesn't recognize it as just an image. Dot dash img dash dog pg. Come down here. Background position. Put it as center, so it's in the center of the frame. Background size. Cover. I'm assuming you know what that means. And background. Repeat. No repeat. Now let's go to our website. I made a mistake there. But let's try that. There we go. There's our image. Now the text is kind of hard to read there, so we'll change that right there. The class has text right. Okay, we'll go has text right. Okay. Has text right. No, I don't want to do that, so we will come down here. There we go. Okay. To make this look good, we will take the nav bar and we'll put it as has background dark, and then has text white. Bulma really does not like using top level evidence of top level elements to put the classes in. They like it on every single text for some reason. Yeah, I think so. I've been using Bulma for about a year or two, and every time. There we go. See, now the website is starting to come together. So about us, what we'll do here is we will put the class of container, and then has text centered. This will center the text, so everything looks nice and neat. But about us, we'll put an element called an HR, which is horizontal rule. It's a little line. It's kind of light in Bulma, but it's still nice. Class is size 2. This makes it a little larger. And also we will remove this right here. Bulma does a lot of the default styling for us, so you don't have to do, like, you know, HTML, stuff like this that you normally have to do. This is another reason I like it. HTML body, margin 0, width 100%. You know, you don't have to do anything with the all selector over here besides maybe like scrolling behavior smooth. Yeah, we'll add that real fast. But you don't have to do any of that. See, it doesn't change. It doesn't change one bit. Besides just the scrolling behavior, but that's something else. Scrolling behavior smooth. Instead of it jumping around, it slowly gets to there. Actually, it won't make this. There we go. Looks a little better. And then we'll go around all these sections and we'll make them all containers. We'll add some spacing here, even put a little paragraph, ipsum, you know, put a little padding if you want it, ID about us. Bulma has these nice little helpers. They are a bit newer, where instead of going into the CSS and actually typing out padding out, you can just do like padding bottom 1, you know, padding bottom 2, and it's nice that it puts it in responsive elements. So these REMs, back in like the early 2000s, 2010s, you used to have to use pixels, and they wouldn't always work on the same screen, so you'd have to just kind of pick one and go with it, or use the clunky version of media selector that they had back then. That's the selector that you can change based on screen size. But REMs are responsive. They measure the screen size and then space it. So let's say we want to add some padding. Padding is inside the container. Margin is outside the container. Again, padding is inside the container. Margin's out. So we're going to add padding so that it, even though it has more space, it doesn't, there's an empty white space. It flows right into it. So PV row 1. Actually, no, we'll go, that's a little too small for us. We'll go 4. I'll show you here in a second what the difference is between margin. So if we go like Control-Shift-I, come down here, this is padding right here. It's, we'll have to click the element. Yep. This is the padding. This is, you know, it's inside the container. Out here is the margin. You see there's a margin of 0. This is called the inspect element. It has a lot of nice developer tools. You access it by pressing Control-Shift-I. Like here's the JavaScript console. If we had some, you know, you could do something like this if you really wanted to. Or hello. Woo. Body dot add event listener. to. It's just a console for JavaScript. You can see all your sources here, all your network requests, the website performance, the memory, how much memory the website's using, the application. This is something else. This is like for what's it called? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. Where you can download the website onto your phone. I don't know. We'll be doing that in a different series. We'll be turning this website into one of those. Man, what are they called? I cannot remember. Security, which has security questions, and Lighthouse, which is a report on your website. Progressive web app. That's it. Progressive web app. Thanks, Lighthouse. It's a report on your website. It just shows its performance. We'll be doing one of those too. So anyways, I think I'm going to stop the video right here. We got a little bit done. In the next video, we'll finish the rest of it and start adding content and other stylings. Then after that, we'll be adding other pages. I'll see you guys all in the next video.